Lush Uno back at it with my partner player, Bootleg Kev. This is about to be a crazy one. Log in with me. Come on.
Bootleg Kev podcast, special guest in here, Lush.
I was going to shave because I figure if I did, it might have been even more difficult to distinguish us from one another. This is like the Spider-Man meme in the flesh.
Okay, yeah, so first of all, apologize for calling you corny, bro.
My bad for calling you what I called you.
I think you called me a Bam Bam Bigelow,
Anorexic.
albino,
Yeah.
anorexic, and I jerk off rappers for a living. I just say I manually stimulate them?
Manually masturbate, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, only a few. Only a few, man. Yeah.
Nah, because honestly, I had to get you. It was lighthearted and
I saw your comment and I saw you give me love at the end of the interview thing.
Yeah,
so.
like I legit was rocking with you. That's why it kind of hurt my heart.
You know what I think? Because I'd only saw a couple of things, and I think I just hated the rap part of your guys' little.
Yeah.
It just wasn't great to me.
The rap part of our trajectory over there.
Yeah. So how are you doing? Obviously, it's been about 3 weeks now since everything happened.
Damn near. Well, it's been great. Wound up securing a caffeine deal.
I saw that.
Going up right now. Been doing my own pod. Going up right now.
No, I saw you were doing kind of like more like a mentally like a podcast that's more geared towards, because you're obviously, how long have you been sober?
Over 3 years.
Well, congrats.
Thank you.
So the podcast that you've been doing, is it more like mental health directed?
So there's there's different content that I'm doing over there. One of the podcasts with my boy Kyle is called Ruin an Hour, and that is geared towards mental health because we're both sober.
Right.
Then I have one called Lush World, where I'm doing interviews, kind of similar to what you got going on, and then I'm doing streams as well. So
the stream stuff's on caffeine.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on that.
Yeah,
Seemed like you landed on your feet pretty well, man.
Yep. Shouts to my boy EK, and the AD also was a little bit instrumental in helping me leverage that situation. So
right. I think for anybody who doesn't know, man, I grew up around everybody in my family's addicts. Everybody, from my dad to my uncle to my cousins, every single big male member of my family was some sort of addict. Crack, heroin, I mean, whatever you want to call it, right? Do you remember because the one thing about being somebody who loves somebody who's an addict is the most frustrating part is trying to get them to get clean before they're ready to get clean. Mm-hmm. It's almost like you got to kind of just let them fall on their face or hit rock bottom. What was your rock bottom?
See, it's weird because my hitting bottom is essential to getting sober. But for me, there is a series of different bottoms. And I would think that I hit bottom. And then boom, I go down through the floorboards. Right. And then I'm in the cellar. And then boom, I go through the cellar. And next thing I know, I'm starting to smell sulfur. And I'm approaching the 7th layer of hell.
Right.
And yeah.
What was that? What was the 7th layer of hell rock bottom? Were you sucking dick?
I never sucked no motherfucking dick.
Shit.
Hell no.
He was like, and then I realized when I was on my knees about to blow this trucker for an 8-ball of cocaine.
No. Nah, just, pitiful, incomprehensible demoralization. Just lying, being estranged from my family, my friends. I've experienced anything you pretty much could besides sucking dick. I've been shot at, been stabbed, been incarcerated, overdosed a grip of times, had hits on my life. So,
Yeah, I got one cousin of mine who, in and out of jail his whole life, has overdosed over and over. He's been stabbed. He's been shot. I mean, this dude, it's crazy. And it's like, then my Uncle Scott, shout out to my Uncle Scott, who just got out of prison for the fucking 98th time. He just messaged me on Facebook. Shout out to Uncle Scott, man. Give him some love.
Welcome home, Scott. Come on.
He's like, I promise you this is my last time. Kevin, I hope everything's all right. I'm like, bruh. When I was a kid, this dude used to come to my house because he was tweaking so fucking hard, running around with the Hells Angels. This motherfucker would be sitting at my sink, picking his fucking face, thinking there was bugs in his fucking
He's
skin.
tweaking. Yeah,
tweaking hard.
Off that cree-cree.
Yeah, so I used to go into the bathroom, be fucking blood everywhere. Then my other uncle and aunt, we used to go to their house to play with my cousins, and all the fucking spoons were burnt.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that addict life is serious. And for you, like, because there's a few different ways, obviously. There's like, did you go through AA or NA rather?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm in a 12-step program,
Okay.
but I did go to treatment as well. And when I agreed to go to treatment, I had pretty much gotten to the point where I felt like I had no more moves to bust. I had already exhausted all my resources.
Right.
You know, anybody that was foolish enough to still be close to me, my fiance at the time, any of my friends, they were like not fucking with me. And it was either that or pretty much die. I had no other options. And I've been in a lot of treatment centers over the years. First time I was 16, you know, I went to juvie, got arrested for the first time at 13. The spot that I went to was for chronic relapsers. Basically, it's like, if you don't get sober here, it's a wrap for you. This is the last stop on the train.
Oh, I'm aware.
And I thought that I qualified as a chronic relapser, but then I realized I've never actually relapsed because
You were never really clean.
I never made an earnest attempt at sobriety in my life. So yeah.
Yeah, one of my uncles, my uncle Rocky, has a drug rehab called. He was a huge heroin addict. He used to shoot up right here.
Damn.
Yeah, so
He killed all his veins.
Well,
yeah.
because he didn't want anybody to see it, so he would shoot up in his fucking eyelids. But this motherfucker got clean, started a drug rehab, and then when I was like 16, I started working for him in like a dead and can store. But he had the same type of program called the Hard Six program, and it was all people who they were like on their last. They were like habitual relapsers, and man, so I was like 15, 16, working in a fucking den and can store just with a bunch of fucking recovering dope fiends.
Yeah.
Then I turned 18 and I got a job running his consignment car lot. Literally, every employee was a fucking freshly recovered drug addict. So I was babysitting dope fiends at 18 years old. And man, crazy life. Shout out to everybody who's staying clean. So for you, was it like, because I always hear like, because, you know, nowadays, especially being in Cali, there's like weed, there's psychedelics, there's all
California sober.
correct, right?
Yeah.
So for you, you're sober.
Yeah, I can't fuck with none of that shit.
So if you smoke weed, you feel like it can kind of be a gateway for
I
you.
don't want to tempt fate. You know, like I'm still high. I've done smoke so much weed in my past.
Right.
My bad. So to the point where like I have no desire to even try it again. You know, who knows in the future? I just know for right now, for today, I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah, I just there was somebody I just saw on Joe Rogan. They're clean and sober, but they were like considering trying, I think, ayahuasca.
Yeah, see, like, you know, I've already had them psychedelic,
You've already had the
mind-bending
hardcore trips.
experiences. There's no real. If I would do that, for me, that would be a relapse because I just want to get high. I just want to get outside my body. But that's nothing that I can attain with, you know, prayer, meditation. I can
Right.
do all that and reach that same level of consciousness. That's where I don't need.
Were a lot of the your friends, family? I know I saw some of the fans were maybe a little worried that with the situation that just happened at No Jumper, that your sobriety might have been in question, or you might have maybe gotten mentally hit by it. Did it bother you in that way? Were you able to kind of get through it?
I was able to get through it by the grace of God. However, I will say the closest I've gotten to relapsing, the only time I was like
Considering it,
really considering it was after Adam kicked me out that day, and I was driving around the valley. You feel me?
Right.
Like driving around the valley, not stopping because I knew that if I stopped, I was going to go to a liquor store and get on
And get a
you know
lick-
what I mean?
get something.
Get me a little bottle and get
That
outside.
day?
That day.
what was it that made you? What did you call? Do you have a sponsor?
I do have a sponsor, and I call my sponsor, and like that was between him
That's dope.
and people that are close to me. They wanted talking me off the ledge, and I realized, nah, that's
Yeah.
not how I want to move. But yeah, no, it got dark.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I can only imagine because I do see like even just being on the show the day, because I got hit up the day that all that happened. We were at lunch, and
Because y'all filmed the next day, right? Yeah.
the next morning, yeah. And we were at lunch, and Adam just hit me. He's like, "Hey, this is what happened. You down to be a guest on the show tomorrow? I just need a fill-in." I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I've been on the show before." I was like, "Cool, I got you, bro." Like Adam's always been super stand-up with me, you know. And but then I really like didn't really realize like, oh, AD's about to, because AD called, me and AD talked, and he was like, dude, I'm about to quit.
Right.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, what am I walking into? And then everyone assumed I'm like the permanent new guy on the show.
Right.
So,
Well, you had a dude that is kind of like a New York version of AD.
Correct.
You had like a Lush one adjacent character.
correct.
You know?
It's like, oh, look,
So,
you're white?
yeah.
Okay. It was like, oh, look, there's a white guy with a fitted baseball cap.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so I think and then I didn't know about the Reddit thing, and then I went on Reddit, and I was like, oh, this is wild.
Yeah, it gets deep.
Do you regret diving into that part of it? Not even for the result of what ended up happening, but just I do feel like I could see how going and looking in that toxic ass thing and seeing everyone's opinion and just kind of seeing all the negative bullshit that gets said in there could probably like subconsciously fuck with you.
Well, here's the thing. Yes is the short answer. However, right before I wound up, because first me and Disaster had our own podcast
On No Jumper.
On No Jumper.
I remember that, yeah.
And it was cool when we were just focusing on battle rap and just lyricists, which
Right.
is like the lane that I'm in.
Right.
Another reason why you and I are kind of similar. We're both hardcore hip hop
Right.
fanatics. You feel me? And then they wound up bringing me on the main podcast
Mm-hmm.
on the No Jumper show, and then people really took to me, and I wound up becoming a staple over there, or just one of
Yeah,
the.
I feel like at one point in time, anytime I'd like see a thumbnail, you were on it. I was like,
Yeah, absolutely. Within the past 6 months,
Yeah.
I was on that channel more than anybody else,
Right.
100%. So what happened was right before I wound up being brought on to the other podcasts, had hit a low in my life and was very depressed, going through a lot of changes, and was just like down. My chick and I had split up.
Right.
My mom was terminally diagnosed with terminal illness. My company was going through a lot of changes, my battle rap league. So I just felt like really unstable, and I was like damn near suicidal. I was suicidal.
this is
right?
prior to you and Disaster doing the podcast?
This is
or
after Disaster and I, and before I got
before you became like a normal on
right,
the other
a
shows.
regular.
Yeah, right.
So I was super depressed. I wound up going on the show. When I'm on there, I'm like, they're probably not gonna fuck with me. Like the audience don't. I'm older. Right. I'm not really in the same vein as a lot of the people on. They're probably not gonna fuck with me. But then all of the comments were like overwhelmingly positive.
Right.
And people start bombarding my Instagram and like telling me to go to the Reddit and all that. And at that point, I was so depressed. The only thing that was really keeping me going
Was going and seeing the positivity you were getting in the Reddit.
right.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah, the Reddit, the YouTube comments, it's just social media. So that really, if it wasn't for that, I don't know if I would have made it through that dark period. So I'm grateful to the Reddit for that.
Right.
However, I should have separated myself at a certain point, but it becomes, my addict mentality. It's literally like chasing.
I can see how that shit is addictive.
It's validation, for
sure.
for an addict,
And even just even because you're a part of it and you just want to probably just be like, what are these motherfuckers saying about
right.
A, B, C, or D?
Look, everybody over there check the Reddit, whether they want to admit it or not. They like some more than others, but everybody is peeping the Reddit to some extent. Right. Not like I was. I was actively posting on there, and then at a certain point, when these people in the Reddit saw that I was going in there, they're like, oh,
they start messaging you.
Well, we could get a reaction out of him. So then and then when the pendulum inevitably swings to the other side from that love to them not fucking with me and dissecting me, and you know what I mean, that right there, I was trying to win them over, and it became like this vicious cycle.
Yeah, I can only imagine, man, because I got a family, I got kids and shit. I'm like, bro, I would never want to be. I feel like the type of shit I do, I purposely don't touch certain shit because I don't want to like overexpose myself, I guess, and my kids and my girl and shit. So I even told Adam when all this shit has been going on the last few weeks, I was like, bro, you got some fucking thick skin, brother, because this shit is crazy.
They would have been on your ass if you had gone over there permanently.
Oh my
God.
But even just seeing because I know Adam had addressed whatever allegations over and over. So I'm like, yo, this shit got brought back up, and I'm like, bro.
Here's the thing, and I want your opinion on this.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that if Adam had not gone on that pod right when I was on there and fired me in the very unceremonious manner in which he did, a lot of that shit wouldn't have happened.
I agree, and I think I might have said something to that effect on the podcast.
I think you might have.
Yeah, I did. I did say something like that. I was like, because I do think that moment was so viral, and it also highlighted whatever said issues that, and I even told AD this when he was on here. I was like, you were planning on leaving. Because there ain't no way thick-skinned ass AD I know got so mad about someone saying he has 4 jokes that he quit. Like, you was planning this shit. You know
but here's the thing. AD for sure was...
And I've been telling him he should leave. I told him and t-rell, like, you guys should be the fucking LA drink champs. For real.
And they got their own thing going, and it's going really well for them. Here's the thing. It kind of forced AD's hand.
It did.
With it being publicized.
And it was also a nice opportunity. If you were planning on leaving already and those wheels were already in motion, it was a nice opportunity to kind of take advantage of the virality of the moment.
And I think it was mutual. I think that Adam and No Jumper was wanting to pivot away from that, considering they already, at a certain point, is a conflict of interest when there's other podcasts with, I don't want to say regurgitating, but utilizing the same content that you are and getting more views for it.
I'd assume he probably regrets firing you at the time.
And like, not to say that he shouldn't have fired me, but he could have easily taken me outside.
No, I think he explained it to me like, if you catch some girl cheating on you and she's at work, and you're in the next room, if you caught your girl cheating on you, you're gonna be so fucking pissed. You're fucking going in, then you're fucking up her job. Like, and I was like, yeah, I get it. If like you guys had that relationship and he truly felt like, what the fuck? Like, it was short-sighted, and that is why people should not ever make certain decisions when they're emotional, because you always regret those decisions.
100%.
But I do think that had he handled it a little better, and I'm sure he would admit the same thing.
But here's the thing, like, to an extent, and that's what I was kind of going back and forth in my head was he just so mad? And I know that was an element, but I honestly think that's capped to an extent.
It might be because it was a moment.
And the reason why I think that he thought that he was going to dunk on me, you feel me? And everybody was just going to be like, oh, damn, Adam just fucking marked Lush out.
Right.
Damn, Lush is such a snake. Fuck him.
Right.
And they were going to be like, yeah, Adam, you're the man. You look so cool. Because if this is something he regretted, then why did he post it not only on the
as a collab post? That's the one thing I
did.
The
collab post is crazy.
I think I said that at lunch. Because I think he said, and my boy Arza showed me, and I was like, oh, he collab posted this.
So not only the No Jumper fans are going to see it, but his fans. And now it's got millions of views. 95% of the comments are on his helmet. Like, this is a dude that has stated several times, and this isn't a diss to Adam at all. Because ultimately, all this aside, I do respect him, He said, everything is content. Everything is fair game, So I believe he's like, fuck it. Like, oh, firing Lush, that's one thing. Let's fire Lush on the air. And then it wound up, kind of having an adverse effect that he hadn't anticipated.
For you, as short-lived, because what would you say you were a regular on No Jumper
from
for about
September?
Okay, so about 7 or 6 months.
Yeah, 6-7 months. Yeah.
For you, even though it ended the way it ended, even though there might be bad blood now, it did change your life.
Absolutely.
And it kind of puts you in a position to kind of explore a new career path or a new path of like, because you've always kind of been a personality in the battle rap scene.
Yeah.
But now you can go and do caffeine, and I'm sure without No Jumper, those things probably don't present themselves.
Correct. And who knows the trajectory of life, something else could have popped up, you know what I mean? Like, but absolutely. So I'm grateful for what happened, like as far as me, No Jumper is a platform that I've loved for years. I'm grateful for my boy Disaster for presenting that opportunity to me and making that happen. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I wouldn't, my fan base tripled since I went over there. So it's dope.
Yeah.
But kind of like you said, though, like certain things that were brought about in that conversation in the moment where he was firing me were things that weren't even discussed, which wound up biting him in the ass further, because there was no conversation about salaries. Although, was I 6 figures up?
Just kind of stirred up all these other...
Right. Was I
Yeah.
6 figures up? Yes, but like that was never something I discussed with those people in the Discord. And then like t-rell and these other people are like, yo, well, hold up.
Yeah.
Why is Buddy over here getting paid this and I'm getting paid that and I'm supposed to be the star over here? Like it just it sowed a lot of seeds of discontent.
Were you making more than everybody over there?
I was one of the
As the personalities?
I was one of the higher paid people over there.
Was it like what,
yes.
you and AD probably?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what everyone gets paid.
You were
but-
also there though. I mean, to be fair, while t-rell and AD were probably the quote unquote stars of No Jumper, you probably were there more on camera.
Yeah. I was.
How many days a week were
I
you
was
there?
4 or 5 days a week. Yeah. But the thing is this: what happened was due to the like when AD started Community and t-rell started back on Fig, there was no precedent set. Adam had no idea that those
That was going to take off the way it did. There was no precedent before them to be like, I
Right.
should put these guys on a contract.
Right.
Yeah.
And even like, look, I approached Adam towards the end of last year, kind of having an awareness about that. And was like, yo, I want to start doing my own streaming and podcasting. Like, I want to offer you guys a percentage of the revenue of whatever I do. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be in this
Right.
position. And then Adam was like taken aback and he was like, whoa, I've never even considered that, but like we'll talk about it and get back to you. Instead, what they wound up doing is presenting me with the contract, which was exclusivity, where they didn't want me to do anything else besides No Jumper,
Yeah.
which apparently is now like the precedent they're setting with everybody that they're, you know.
Well, they just fired a bunch of people.
Yeah, I mean, now it's all fucking different, you know. Like
I was going to say, because I was there a few weeks ago, and I feel like I just saw that video. I think you posted, and it
Yeah.
was a crazy video. I was like, damn, all those people are gone?
yeah.
Like,
There's other people that weren't even in the video that are gone too.
so is it like just Josh now?
I mean, they have people that they've brought over in the past couple months.
Flacco's, actually like Flacco.
I love Flacco's still over there. Almighty Suspect still over there. Court and Icon, and those are the only
on
on-air
camera
personalities left.
It's Bootleg Kev here. Got to stop the interview to tell you about our good friends at King Palm. Now listen, guys. All I do is smoke out of King Palm. If you see me smoking, it's out of King Palm, all right? And I'm going to shout them out because it's all natural, no tobacco. It's a tobacco-free product. Also, no additives. No need to split it open. No need to lick it. Comes ready to go. All you have to do is put your tree, your flower of choice right into here, and you're good to go. Now, the best thing about King Palm, they have these terpene infused wraps right here. They're flavored. This is my favorite. I do love watermelon. All right, bursts of watermelon flavor. Again, no tobacco, no additives, all natural. All you got to do is pack it, and you are ready to go. Now, this is what's dope about King Palm. If you go to the website right now, you know, they're the new sponsor. I've been using them forever, so I had to hit them up like, hey, guys, I'm tired of smoking your guys' shit. I'd love some support on the podcast. They're like, of course. All right, so go to kingpalm.com right now. Use the promo code BOOTLEGKEV, and you're going to save 50% off. You can get whatever you need. You can order it online because these are tobacco-free, no nicotine, baby. All right, so you can get it right to your house, half off. kingpalm.com, keyword bootleg Kev. You could also hit your local 7-Eleven. You could also hit your local smoke shop. One of the best-selling brands in America at the smoke shop. So many different products, rollable wraps, hemp cones, all the smoking accessories one would ever need. The smoothest smoke, the easiest to use. What are you fucking doing? If you're smoking and you're smoking at anything but this, you're fucking crazy, all right? Go check them out online, socials, one more time. kingpalm.com, promo code bootleg, save half off, taking you on that natural path with King Palm, baby. Hey, also, shout out to the homies at Blue Chew, man. Don't forget, if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, if your penis is not functioning correctly, if it's a little flaccid, you're trying to get it a little hard, a lot of hard, rather, Blue Chew is where it's at. A lot of people ask me, you always talking about Blue Chew, does it work? Yes, it works. All right. Listen, it has the same active ingredient as Viagra and as Cialis, but it's in a chewable form. All right. It is sent right to your door in a discreet package. It's a great thing, man. Go to bluechew.com right now. You use that promo code BOOTLEG right now. You're going to get a month's supply for free of Blue Chew. Why not have some better sex? Okay? Seriously. There's so many other ways you can get down to because they just dropped the Blue Chew mint flavor, which is the same active ingredient as Levitra. Just so many things we can do here. And look, when you go to BlueChew.com and you sign up with that promo code Bootleg, they're going to literally send it straight to your crib for free. $5 in shipping. You get a month's supply for free. Now, how does it work? One, you don't need to go to any doctor's appointments. It's all handled online with an online pharmacist. You don't have to worry about going and sitting in a waiting room to go discuss your dick with some strange dude or chick. Maybe you're into that. I don't know. With that being said, it's an awkward situation, all right? If you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, all you need to do is go to BlueChew.com right now, use the promo code BOOTLEG, and you will get 1 month supply for free, $0, right to your door. Your wife will even never know it even happened. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you've been a little embarrassed. You're tired of piping down that same old broad that you've been sleeping with for the last 35 years. Put a little pep in your step, man. Take a Blue Chew. Use that promo code BOOTLEG at BlueChew.com and try it for free. Also, got a shout out to MyBookie, man. Final Four is on the way. NBA playoffs are here. Well, almost here. We got like a few games left, right? So much going on. You got the Masters coming up, man. So many ways to win money. Join us at MyBookie. I've been using MyBookie for about a decade now. It's where I put all my bets in. There's so many ways to win money with MyBookie. If you go to MyBookie right now, you sign up, mybookie.ag, promo code BOOTLEG, and you will get double deposit bonus action. That means your very first deposit, up to $1,000, make that deposit with that promo code BOOTLEG when you sign up for that new account, and they're going to give you another $1,000. They're going to double your first deposit. So you might put $200 in. You might put $500 in. They're going to give you another $200, another $500 to gamble with, all right? So much to do at MyBookie. Obviously, we love betting on sports. Literally, one of my biggest passions in life is gambling away my money and winning money on mybookie.ag. Now, I got a few futures going on right now. I got Joel Embiid to win the MVP. I got the Phoenix Suns to win the West. I got the Bucks to win the East. NCAA action, I'm taking UConn all the way. What are y'all doing? Go to MyBookie right now. They got the props. You can do the player props. You can do the over-unders. You can do whatever you need. Plus, live blackjack, live roulette. I have so much fun on MyBookie. You really don't ever need to leave your house. Shout out to MyBookie. MyBookie.ag, sign up right now with the promo code BOOTLEG and get that first deposit bonus. What are we talking about? Who else is going to double your first deposit, ladies and gentlemen? MyBookie.ag, promo code BOOTLEG, sign up, and let's win some money. Now let's get back to the interview. So for you, what is something that, because you kind of were in the middle of the peak of the dysfunction in terms of just like if we were to think about like the on-camera drama at No Jumper, you were pretty much there for all the hits, all the greatest hits.
A lot of them.
So for you, like, is there anything that you regret from that era or?
Oh, absolutely.
Like what?
Absolutely. But now to be fair, a lot of that shit started before I was even in the mix. Like,
right. And then you had nothing to do with the house phone thing.
Yeah. No, and then there was, because prior to me being even like a prominent character over there, there was t-rell and there's the t-rell and Almighty Suspect. Yeah. There's like a lot of different things.
Right.
But what I really regret, because I feel like going into January, we were on a very harmonious level. Everybody was getting along. We're all fucking with each other.
Right.
We had that, that video I posted earlier was from the Christmas party.
Okay.
Everybody's like, we're one big happy family, right? Mm-hmm. And then in the beginning of January, I wound up, Adam told you about it, how he like encouraged me to get at Flacco and shit. I regret, I should have never done that because that completely violates my moral compass as just a man in recovery. Like, now I get making fun of people is one thing, joking around, we all can hoorah at each other, but I think that I took it way too far and did something that I knew was wrong, even though I was asked to do it by my boss, who I was trying to, who I wanted to be happy with me. Right. But at the same time, it wound up setting in motion. Not only was it wrong to Flacco, who I'm cool with now, but it set into motion a chain of events which kind of led to where we're at right now.
Crazy. A lot of people are saying that you might be suing.
I mean, if I was, I wouldn't talk about that anyway,
That's
right?
Fair. That's fair. I was going to say, because like, I think like, there's a few ways to look at the whole situation. It's like, if you sue, it's like, I mean, I don't know if that bridge is ever going to be unburned, but it kind of really burns the bridge.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like there's no bridge.
There's no the bridge is over.
The bridge is
Shout out to
over. The
fucking-
bridge is over.
Shout out to KRS-One.
Yeah. This South Bronx right here. You feel me?
For people who don't know, like, kind of give me your like roots in terms of hip hop and like getting involved in the battle scene.
I've been involved in hip hop culture my whole life.
Right.
I started rapping when I was 15 in the mid 90s. Used to go to Project Blowed and things like that, and just like elements.
Was that on Tuesday night? Or
Thursday.
Night? Thursday night.
Yeah. I missed
I
the
was
good
too much
life era.
Yeah, I was too much of a kid, but I always heard about it.
Yeah. And I was like, just soaking up the game and soaking up culture. Moved, born and raised in Los Angeles, moved to the Bay Area, to Oakland, California when I was 19. And that's really when my, career as a battle rapper started. I started off as a battle rapper, got a lot of buzz locally, and then it started to grow bigger. I was in a popular local group called Delmon Crew at the time, where we were pretty much
In Oakland?
In Oakland.
Okay.
Anytime there would be...
What year was this?
This is like from 2003 to,
Oh, that's straight hyphy era.
Yeah. So we were there. I was there for the whole entire hyphy movement, and kind of like what we were as a crew. Shouts to my brothers Plex Rock and Ajax. We were like kind of
The anti-ant?
no. Like we were like if you saw the way we dressed and shit, you would think we were just regular hyphy rappers, but we were super lyrical, and like we would do like boom bap tracks, and then we would do like hyphy turn up shit like too. Like we had music with Mr. Fab and all that, and we had music with Hyro and Sean Price were the first group from Oakland to do a song with R.I.P. Sean P.
Shit.
Like, yeah.
Shout out to Sean P, man.
So yeah, and that was like a whole thing. And then it wound up, the battle rap thing started popping off. And at a certain point in 2008, I linked up with this company called Grind Time, which was like the first prominent battle rap fixture on YouTube. And I got to the point where, and they started in Florida. Me being from the West Coast, it was like, look, I know I got some talent as an MC, but I'm way better as like a curator of culture and organizer and a host and like just like kind of, you know what I mean? So I wound up, and it wasn't even like that I won't say that I was the most organized of any of my friends, but I was at least disorganized.
So you were trying to. So essentially, you got brought on to Grind Time to help bring events together,
To
bring
the West
people
Coast,
together,
yeah. And I wound up
expand the brand of the West Coast.
Yeah, and this is right when World Star Hip Hop was popping off. We were on the front page of World Star every drop that we had. Wound up blowing up.
I remember that. Yeah,
people like Disaster, Dumbfounded, No Can Do, like all the a lot of the great lyricists of the West Coast, and then Daylight, and then I also brought a lot of the top East Coast rappers and Midwest and South rappers to Cali to battle for the first time. Arsenal, Conceited, T-Rex, Calico, like a lot of these dudes got their Averb, had their first time hopping on a plane was through me booking them out west.
I think the last big battle I ever went to was in Phoenix, and it was when Daylight took a shit on stage.
Duel in the Desert. Yep.
Were you there? No. Or Disaster's here for people though.
Yeah. No. But that was a seminal moment.
Was it?
I mean, just for the fucking aspect.
I just think of like the viral moments that I remember recently. It was like that. It was like Cannabis pulling out a fucking.
I was a part of that.
Yeah. He was there for that.
And then even him battling Cassidy. I remember that.
Which and those are both battles that I curated as well.
So in terms of like your role in the battle rap world, you're kind of like, I wouldn't say, like maybe an executive or look to as kind of like a
slash host.
Like,
I'm like a West Coast Smack. You know what I mean? Like,
West Coast Smack. Shout out to Smack. I've made a lot of money selling those DVDs.
Well, they're Smack White. I'm White Smack. You feel me? Like,
as long as we're not doing Smack, fellas.
Yeah. As long as I stop doing Smack.
What was that your?
No. I was across the board.
Just doing everything?
Real garbage can head. Honestly, Kev, I believe the reason why I'm still alive and able to talk to you right now is because I would kind of like substitute addictions for one another. I would go on like...
You'd have like little runs.
Yeah.
Like, this week I'm on crack, next week I'm on...
Right. I would have like a 5-month Coke binge where I'm just doing Coke every day.
Right.
Then when it was getting too gnarly, like I would substitute it with ecstasy. And then I'd do ecstasy for a couple months every day. Then
You ever blow some cocaine up a chick's asshole?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Snorted Coke up a bitch. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I just... In what's that
Blew
show called
Coke
that
up
I
her
love?
ass.
With fucking... Uncle Jerome and Franklin Saint. Goddamn Snowfall.
Oh, yeah,
The first episode, the FBI agent's like blowing coke up a chick's ass and she dies.
Yeah, no, I've never. Yeah, true that.
Is cocaine sex supposed to? I mean,
Cocaine sex is amazing.
but don't you
if
have to also have a Viagra?
You have to have your dick hard, yeah.
Because I heard coke did. I've never done any real drugs.
So for me, being on coke, being on blow, I much prefer to just get my dick sucked, just like because it might oscillate from being hard or soft, but
and then you can you know.
you feel me? If you want to get your dick hard, go to royaltyhoneyyusa.com.
I see you just got that
Discount
that honey
code
pack.
Lush Uno, all capitalized LUSHUNO.
And while you're at it, I have to take this moment to say we are a very proud partner with Blue Chew.
Oh, come on, let's
Go
go.
to bluechew.com and
Go.
get that cock hard. Use the promo code Bootleg.
I will trade you some honey packs for some Blue Chew.
Done deal, buddy. Done deal. Done deal. Shout out to the honey pack. Some of them taste really good. Some of them are god awful.
Yeah. These ones,
Are they? Is it an Asian company? It feels like an Asian company.
It's-
I'm not saying it is. It just feels like it.
This one is a Latino-owned company.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sure the origins of all the components.
Yeah, I was because I've only done weed in shrooms.
The honey
All my
packs,
family scared me from drugs.
the honey packs work, and I talked to my sponsor before I indulge. It is not considered a relapse.
So you can do a honey pack.
I can do a honey pack.
I love it. So back in the
Had me
day,
fucking like I was 20 years
what's
old.
the best drug for sex?
Ecstasy, hands down.
Okay.
Again, you have to be mindful of the erection issue. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
ecstasy, you might have a.
it's possible. It is
Do you ever do a
possible.
Viagra and an ecstasy? At
I've
the same
never
time?
tried Viagra before.
Really?
But yeah, like
Or a Blue Chew,
that's-
rather.
or a Blue Chew rather, or a honey pack.
Honey
but
pack, yes.
however, what I like, a lot of people like really like Percocets for sex, and it's like
I've heard
a big
that.
thing.
Perc sex.
because it make you it numbs and dulls your senses to the point where you're gonna
Fuck
last
off.
a long time. You're gonna be
They say it's
pounding
perk dick.
perk dick,
You've
right?
done the perk dick?
I've done the perk dick, done henny dick, but yeah, for me, ecstasy and the biggest the biggest thing that I miss from drugs of anything is like the drug and sex combination, and
Because it elevates your sex a little.
it did, and I had to learn like. I'm so used to being fucked up since I was 12 years old, 13 years old. 12 actually is when I first started getting high, to the point where I had to relearn how to do everything sober.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, to like,
You got to kind of almost retrain your body, or
Yeah,
your
yeah.
brain.
It's called state-dependent learning.
boom, there it is.
State-dependent
Dependent learning. Hashtag that. To the point where I literally, like having a conversation, doing something like throwing a ball, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
You just have to relearn how to do everything
making
sober.
music, having sex. Like I was super nervous the first time I had sex in sobriety because I was like,
What? Okay, because I always, for whatever reason, crack seems to be the drug most straight men will suck dick for. If you were to tell me which drug feels the best when you first try it, because I always feel like it's got to be crack or heroin.
yeah. I mean,
Because you always see people hit heroin and they're just like,
here's the
and then
thing.
the crack is like same shit. It's like
Doing opiates, like in order to get to heroin, like if a regular person or even someone, if you just sipped lean a few times or this or that,
Right.
and you went to heroin, you'd be sick. You'd be throwing up. It wouldn't feel good.
so if you go straight to the black tar, you're
yeah,
fucking
you can't.
up.
You
Right.
can't. You got to work your way up to that. Crack, when you first, the first time you smoke crack, you
It's lit. To me. Oh,
but
wow.
but I would say, like in honesty, psychedelics, like to me, felt the best. Like first time I shroomed out,
Right.
like I loved that.
I love psychedelics for sure. Yeah, I've never tried crack. I don't plan on it.
Don't do it.
I won't. Don't worry.
do it. Don't do it. It's just,
I got to stay away, man. My whole family is on that shit. So,
you can live vicariously through my past, but yeah, crystal meth was another one that felt really good when I first tried it.
And my baby mama was a meth head. Shout out to her.
That's a big thing. Is she from Arizona too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a big thing in AZ. The first couple of rehabs I went to were in AZ.
Wickenburg? Did you go to
Yes,
Wickenburg?
I did go to the Meadows. Yep.
Yeah.
Couple times I was in Wickenburg, and I was in another spot called the Prescott House.
Prescott, yeah.
Yeah, in Prescott, Arizona.
Yeah. You say it the right way. I say it the wrong way.
I say it the right way.
You say it the right way because you spent time there.
Yeah. They made it clear.
They're like, don't say Prescott. It's Prescott.
It's-
Fuck you.
No, it's
you
Prescott.
Old fucks.
Yeah, fuck.
It's a bunch of old fucks up there.
No, that's a fucked up town, bro. Like, yeah.
Shout out to Prescott. Prescott and Prescott Valley.
Prescott PV is gnarly, fool. But yeah,
So for you, what are the lessons that you kind of learned from the last year or so that you're going to try to apply to your own content? And what are the good things that you've learned too? Because obviously Adam's built a powerhouse, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I learned the whole craft of podcasting, and I'm sure you can attest to this. It's not as easy.
Right.
As it looks. Like you have to, like being able to conversate with you, like I can tell, like you know what you're doing.
Right.
You know how to podcast. So there's a whole skill set that goes into it. You have to kind of know how to steer a conversation, when it's getting redundant, what's going to be interesting, how not to repeat yourself, how not to say like 100 times. There's a whole, and so I learned the entire craft of podcasting, and I'm fairly decent at it at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
So you're going to be, how many days a week are you going to be doing content?
I'm going to be doing content 3 days a week.
Nice.
So, but I'm going to be focusing on it a lot more. But really, my primary focus, all that aside, my brother Disaster and I, we have our Battle Rap League GTX, which is the continuation of Grind Time, and that's been that's what I was doing before the whole podcasting thing took off. And like this is my passion, and my roots are in the battle rap culture, and it's an honor to be back. We got our first event of the year called The Lot in a few weeks.
North Hollywood?
In North Hollywood, yeah.
Who's battling?
We got Disaster versus Next. We got Denny Myers versus Dev the Demon. We got Active versus Real Name Brandon, and a litany of other fire ass battles. Bow that ass.
What is the business model of the Battle League thing? Are you guys making money off of pay-per-views? You guys, obviously you're making hard ticket money, I'm sure, but like, I know a lot of these guys, they demand a purse, right? So you got to figure. I always was a little confused about how the business model of a battle works.
Well, you kind of got to think of it in a similar vein to boxing or MMA.
So do you guys have a pay-per-view site?
We have a pay-per-view site. We work in conjunction with a company called RapGrid that does pay-per-view. But all you got to do is go to our website, gtxbattles.com, and there's links to the pay-per-view.
So people can watch it from wherever.
Yeah. But as far as the business model goes, things such as pay-per-view and ticket sales and all that, that's kind of just feeding the event and making sure that we're able to sustain ourselves. What we do is
Covers the cost.
right. We partner with any brand that wants
Sponsors.
We sell eyeballs.
Yeah. So you get the
got
sponsorship
millions
money.
of people in a concentrated demographic. Any of you companies want some eyeballs? We got them.
Yeah, I just saw. What was the battle that just happened that Ines and Cassidy were at?
Yeah, that was
You were there?
I was there. Yeah, I co-hosted. Yeah, Daylight versus King Bao. And
Who do you think is the GOAT?
I think my brother is the goat sitting on the damn.
He's sitting
couch.
on the couch over there,
Goat is sitting on the damn couch.
scrolling Reddit.
There's
Okay, if it's Disaster, is it who else? Who's in that like 4 or 5?
Rest in peace, Pat Stay.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Pat Stay. He definitely, Pat Stay, 1,000%.
He just passed away last year, right?
He did. In
Yeah,
September.
sad situation.
Yeah, shouts to Pat Stay and the whole KOTD family. I'll say this: the West Coast, the West Coast Mount Rushmore. There's Disaster, there's Geechee Gotti, Rum Nitty, Denny Myers,
Daylight.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a 5-man.
That's the crew.
I'll put the source instead of.
I'll put Thesaurus and Immaculate. Yeah, passwords. Like there's very strong top 8 on the West Coast. Now B Dot probably I would throw up there too. There's now as far as the overall landscape of the culture, you got Disaster, you got Loaded Lux, you got Murder Mook, Hollow the Dawn, you got Conceited, you got Arsenal, and you got those same names, Thesaurus,
Who do you
Geechee
think
Gotti.
ended up making the best music? Because that's the one thing about battle rappers. We always say, because I always enjoyed Sue's music a lot.
I was going to say Surf
Yeah.
makes my favorite music in battle rap
Right.
culture. But you got to like, the thing is this. Every single rapper has battled at some point.
Right.
Eminem was a battle rapper. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
Meek Mill. I'm
yeah,
go
like
on and
there's
on.
a lot of, so
Everybody.
yeah, everyone's battled at some point, whether it's in the cafeteria.
Whether it was on camera or
in the
not, it's
street
the question.
Right. But from like the battle rap scene, I would say that, Sue Surf definitely has the strongest catalog.
Dude, because I remember seeing Supernatural when I was a little kid. I think he opened up like one of Dilated's tours.
Mm-hmm.
It just blew my fucking mind.
3 words.
But I'd never seen that before.
Right.
Where he was like taking people's IDs and shit. And
Right.
he was spinning around and coming back as Exhibit or Busta Rhymes or whatever.
Right.
And his music wasn't great.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, like
And it hurt my heart. Because I was like, this is the greatest rap I've ever seen in my life.
it's not a mutually exclusive skill set.
True.
You know, and even like a lot of the guys that are just great barsmiths, you know.
True.
Dudes that you'll have on your podcast that'll kill it. Are you really slapping all their music? Probably not. You know what I mean?
Or I grew up, you know what's crazy? I got to the point where when I was a kid, I was like a hip hop snob for a little bit, where if it wasn't like super over lyrical, I would like look down on it and be like, that's like
Right.
commercial bullshit.
Right. We all went through that phase.
But now I'm like, I just want to enjoy the music, man.
right. And then there's people that are able to blend all that kind of together.
And
like,
do it all together, like Kendrick or
like
you
the
know.
Kendrick, J. Cole, Pusha T.
Well, that's
you
why
know
they're
what
the
I mean?
goats.
Like, yeah. And even like at the end of the day, really lyricism, like songwriting and lyricism are two different things. People think that just because you can put bars together means you know how to craft a record. There's a whole bunch of different nuances, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's the guys like Black Thought who are just
Black Thought's
apex predator MCs that can just do everything.
He's a Jedi.
Yeah. Who just, run the entire gamut of the game. But
He can do anything.
to revert back to a previous question you asked, what would I do differently? I definitely would not let the opinions of other people's dictate my emotions. It's something that I've known because I've been on the internet for years. You know what I mean? Like I've had an active presence.
I mean, the battle rap scene kind of blew up because of message boards and
Yeah,
Worldstar.
1000%. You know what I mean? And I was I'm on the ground floor of that. Since 2005, in some capacity, I've been in the public eye.
Right.
However, I think that this point in my life that I was in towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year was a very transitional time in my life, and I was very vulnerable and probably shouldn't have been introduced to an audience this big. I probably wasn't mentally prepared. So make sure that my mental health is in a good place and not allow the opinions of others to dictate my emotions, or criticism or praise.
Hey, we got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our family at Odd Socks, baby. That's right. Shout out to Odd Socks. Little Godfather sock right there. Craziest licenses in the game. The most comfortable socks, period. And if you go to oddsocksofficial.com right now, use the promo code Bootleg. You're going to get 20% off at checkout. Now, they also got the underwear going on. These are some Street Fighter draws. Let's pop these boys open. Let's check them out. Oh, yeah. Little Chun-Li versus Blanco. What? Amazing. Do you like Yoo-Hoo so much that you'd wear Yoo-Hoo on your feet? There's people running around out here with goddamn hot Cheeto jumpsuits right now, so of course you would. Shout out to Yoo-Hoo. They got crazy licenses. We already mentioned Street Fighter, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Yes, they got the both there. They got Pepsi and Coca-Cola. They also got Scarface, Breaking Bad, WWE. So many dope licenses. Plus their Odd Socks Basics line, which are these, just kind of the normal socks. In my opinion, are the most comfortable socks I've ever put on my feet. I promise you, you got to go to oddsocksofficial.com right now and use the promo code Bootleg. Save 20% off your entire order, all right? So go do that, oddsocksofficial.com. Also want to give a shout out to our family at Hardin. That's right, Hardin, the craziest dispensary you've ever walked into in your life. Hardin, Las Vegas. You got to pull up, follow them on Instagram, Hardin_Las Vegas. You see the hat, you see the logo. Shout out to the family at Hardin. If you're in Vegas, you got to stop off. You got to go pick you up some weed. It is legal in Vegas. Tell them I sent you. They're going to take care of you, all right? Make sure you follow them. Hardin_Las Vegas, the largest selection of premium cannabis I've ever seen in my life. the best smelling place I've ever walked into in my life. They have a signature scent that's fucking insane. So shout out to Hardin. Go follow them, Hardin_Las Vegas. Check out more info about them at HardinLasVegas.com. Let's get back to the interview. Did you ever find out who this ghost Reddit guy is?
Ghost Reddit guy?
The guy was the Reddit guy you were supposed to be talking to. Was it Ghost?
The dude Guilty?
Guilty, not Ghost. The fuck is Ghost? Guilty.
I do not know who Guilty is to this day.
Jesus.
Now, yeah, and that was in a Discord server.
Oh, see, all this shit is, bro, fucking.
Yeah.
I always thought Discord. I was on Discord once, and it was because I'm a part of the. I talked about this. I was on. There's like this flip group where they like tell you what to buy and what you could flip it for.
Right.
And it was. I had to download Discord, and then I guess it's for gaming and shit. I guess
There's
for anything.
all different kinds of shit. Yeah. Discord's good. It's a
You build a community on there.
very valuable tool. Like, is there a Bootleg Kev Reddit community or?
I don't want that shit.
I feel you.
Don't make one. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good, buddy.
I learned a lot though, and I'm grateful for it. And
Have you talked to Adam since?
I have not spoken to Adam since the morning after that all went down, because I was kind of like, I wasn't even really 100% sure if
You
I
got
was
fired, yeah.
Even though I was, like, it was still
Yeah,
like,
but it was like if you just went off what you saw on that stream. It could be like open ended.
it was done out of passion.
Right.
Like, let me see if there's any reasoning with this guy.
Right.
In the morning, sometimes people feel a little bit different.
Right.
I sent him a text. He was just kind of like, hey, that's it. But what he did say was, I'm not going to be bad mouthing you or slandering you anymore. And I was like, okay, cool. Neither will I. Then proceeded to call me a snake multiple times on several different podcasts, and talk down on me. So it's kind of like, I don't have any hate in my heart towards him, but I'm a little confused by that.
What about Josh?
Josh and I have texted on about business a couple times, but
Like, I need my last paycheck.
that's kind of like, but that's essentially like the end of, and I'm cool. Josh, I have no problem with ultimately.
Right.
And, so at the end of the days, we all straight. I still talk to AD. I still talk to t-rell, House Phone, everybody. They'll be appearing on my pod occasionally. I might make some appearances over there occasionally.
I know you've
just talked to Smack this morning.
I know you've been doing your. I saw. Who's the white guy you're on camera with?
On
It's a YouTube channel. What's that YouTube channel
oh,
called?
Ruin Your Day.
Yeah. Okay, so have you already started your actual?
I have my own individual channel.
That's
yes.
Lush World?
Yeah. No, so Lush World is actually, because here's the thing. That channel, that Ruin Your Day channel, is something that I've been actively a part of building since like 2015.
So you already were a part of that channel.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
And helped build a lot of the subs up.
Right.
And then when I, had a discussion with him, this is going to be my home on YouTube for curating content, since there's already an audience built in.
Right.
Business wise, him and I have an understanding. And so I consider that channel as much mine as anybody else's.
Okay, so then that's where the Lush World stuff's going?
Yeah, Lush World's over there. There's a GTX channel for battles.
Right.
I have my own channel for music. So yeah.
Are you still going to make music?
I'm always gonna make music. That's
It's like
just
a passion thing.
That's just a part of who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I got my distribution deal with my label with John Urbano and Marissa Urbano called Snow Cone Records, which is we under Sony Orchard. So like, but it's not paying the bills, but occasionally I'll get a placement and it'll pop off. Like, I just got a placement in the show.
Like, you would do it for free. So
Yeah, I
you're
would
going to
do it
always
for free.
do it.
I would do it for free. I recently got a placement in a film called Sick, which is on the Peacock network. So, get a little bag here and there. And
When you got your teeth done,
yeah,
did you do it here or did you go to a different country?
I did it here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And these are actually temporaries that are going to be
for people
removed.
who don't know, because are you doing the implants?
These are, so right now it's a bridge. I have a bridge on top and a bridge on the bottom. It's not like dentures. I can't take
No,
them
you're going to
in and
get
out.
like full implants, right?
Yeah. And
So you're not even getting veneers.
No.
No, you're getting some real
teeth.
boys.
Yeah, I have no teeth left on the top or the bottom. In between my canines, they cemented a bridge in, so temporary that's there. And I'll just tell you
You're going
this.
to be out for a while.
I'll tell you this though, Bootleg Kev, the pussy quotient is through the roof.
Good for you,
I'm
man.
knocking them down.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm knocking them down.
Where are you finding them? Reddit?
They finding me. They finding me. It's crazy. Like I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, Jesus Christ, we got to get this Velcro.
You got to get it cemented like my damn teeth.
For sure. I was going to say, I always, what are no jumper groupies or battle rap groupies? Are they like, what kind of, because I always say the ugliest groupies in the world are juggalos, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like ICP's groupies, God bless them. Just talk about fucking, speaking of meth, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not trying to have an orgy at the gathering.
Yeah.
No disrespect to my juggalos, you feel me?
Yeah, shout out to
I
the
love y'all. Whoop, whoop.
Have you
feel
been to
me?
the gathering?
I have not. I would love to go to the gathering.
I heard there's a drug tent.
Yeah, I heard
There's a drug bridge.
I believe it.
And then there's like a TP where there's just a bitch in there getting gangbanged.
The orgy tent.
What's that
I've heard
smell
of
like?
Welfare, bumblebee tuna.
Child molestation?
Yeah, like a kind of a bevy of all that. Yeah.
27-year-old chick in there who got fucked by her uncle and her brother at once.
And now she's getting fucked
And
by
now she's
everybody's
got
uncle and
a
brother
hatchet
at
man
once.
tattooed on her neck.
Right. But
I would say there's fucking second grade teachers in this world right now with hatchet mans tattooed on their body.
you know that's actually considered
A gang?
in various
FBI?
states.
Yep.
And there's like in certain states like Utah, for instance.
I was gonna say it's Utah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm very well versed in the
I know you-
juggalo culture, man.
So I love juggalos as well.
I don't love them, but
they're
you know,
great
I'm
people.
fascinated.
But there's
There's a difference.
the
I'm
se-
fascinated by serial killers
the
too.
17%ers. But in Utah, there was some juggalo wound up killing a Sereno.
Oh,
and now
shit.
there's a fucking green light
On the juggalo?
in the Utah penitentiary system for anybody with a hatchet man tat.
Really?
So I've been told.
So the Southsiders got beef with the juggalos in Utah.
Yes, and I don't know if that's still a thing, but this was,
That's interesting.
yeah.
What are the Mormons for?
And you could, they're Juggalo Mormons or Southside Mormons. I don't know. But, and just to make it clear, this is not something that I'm bringing to the internet. This is something that's already known if you tap into different places. So,
Utah. Have you ever done a battle in Utah?
I've been to Salt Lake. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun out there.
Is it?
It is. But as far as groupies, I'll tell you this. No jumper groupies are levels beyond the
battle rap groupies.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I gotta be honest.
Can you imagine the kind of chick that just is like every battle she's there just by herself?
There's like some cute ones though. I'm not gonna lie. Like like there's some cute battle rap chicks, but it's definitely like the bitches that are into no jumper. A lot of them are aspiring OnlyFans models. Like,
True.
you know what I mean? Like,
Did you ever get any porn chick pussy over there?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Just being over there.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anybody we can talk about?
Nothing you know what? I don't want to.
Did you ever take down the Asian chick with the ass?
Look, no, I did not. But here's the thing: if I
What's her
wind
name?
up,
Kazumi?
yeah,
Yeah. You
Look,
never fuck Kazumi?
Look, no, but like, if I did, I wouldn't say because here's the thing.
Right.
That makes me look super lame. I'm not gonna.
Fair
not
enough.
gonna speak on my dick, and then
Yeah.
what other bitches that might be interested in throwing me some pussy.
They
are
might
gonna be
judge
like-
you based
yeah,
on the
they're gonna
body
be like,
count.
Oh, this dude got a big mouth. I
The
ain't
cumulative
fucking with
body
you.
count too.
The body count's one thing, but like he's gonna put me on blast. I will never put you on blast, baby girl.
So you're single.
I'm single currently.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man.
I was
appreciate-
heartbroken last year. You feel me? I got to bounce back.
Was that your fiance?
That was which one?
Because you said you were fiancéed. Was that who broke your heart?
Well, it was my fault.
Let me put this fucking thing on.
Yeah, please, pause.
So you were supposed to get married.
Yes.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, look, I'm glad you're sober.
Appreciate you.
Stay sober. I know it's a tough journey, man.
Absolutely.
Do you go to meetings every week?
I do. Several times a week.
Do you, so you get the coins and all that?
Yep. Got my 3-year coin about a month and a half. My sobriety birthday is February 3rd.
Wow.
So,
Well,
yeah.
congrats, man. Stay sober, buddy.
Got to.
And keep, this is one thing I'll tell you, man, is I know it's very easy, and we already talked about this a bit earlier. Don't pay attention to the comments, and don't pay attention to what anybody else is doing. Because I'm sure it's easy to look over and be like, oh, shit, this is happening over here. Just worry about building your own shit brick by brick.
Don't compare dicks at a gangbang.
For sure.
You feel me? But with that being said, Kev, it's cool to actually chop it up with you,
sure,
get to
man.
know you. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
We might have more in common than I initially even
No,
thought.
we're both
so-
old white dudes who like rap music.
Yeah, you feel me? So
How old are you?
I'm 41.
Okay, I'm 36. So we're,
Yeah.
we're
yeah.
yeah. Well, Yeah, we definitely are both just old dusty hip hop
You
heads.
feel me? Spinning dusty pieces of wax. You know the vibes. Come on.
Appreciate you, brother, man.
Yeah, you as well.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Boom.